Hey, welcome back everybody to another Old Man Speed Adventures Shed Talk. It's been a while, been a bit slack the last few weeks. I think about 5 or 6 weeks I haven't done a video, so here I am, I'm back. I'm going to go through a few reasons why. Firstly, I'm going to be a pop. So my daughter Laura announced she's pregnant with a baby, so October this year I'm going to be a granddad. We did a gender reveal the other week, so having a little baby boy, which is bloody exciting. We can't wait for that. And other than that, I've just been busy doing other things. I'm looking at selling the house we're in and building another place just up the road from here. A little bit more workshop area and yeah, room for a pool and things like that. So yeah, that should be exciting. Just adjust its camera angle slightly. So what have I been doing? I've been doing a hell of a lot of riding instructing, which I really enjoy doing. All those riders that come along to my coaching days, I really enjoy having you all there, and they're great. They're always good days. So I really want to emphasize what my video channel is about and why I'm doing this. So I am a professional motorcycle coach. That's what I do now for a living full time. I was a Sparky, had a solar business, but I've kind of just let that fade off into the distance. So I preliminary now just promote and do motorcycle stuff. So I do organized ride training days. We're doing a ride to Cape York with 10 guys. That's already booked out. That's an 18-day trip. I coach and take the people on the ride. Next Saturday, I've got my first Sunshine Coast adventure bike training day, which is going to be awesome. I've got 14 spots. I've filled 10. There's another 4 spots to go. So if you're on the sunny coast, go to my website, oldmanspeed.com, and you can book on there and come along and join us on that. And look, I've kind of had to sit back and have a think about what I want to do with my video channel and what I want to bring to you guys. So with a YouTube channel, you've got to bring information or entertainment. So what I'm finding when I look at the views that I get on my videos, it's the information that a lot of people are really enjoying. So when I bring content on training, riding skills, etc., that seems to be the crux of what people enjoy. And it's really funny, when I shoot a long video, like when we went to Cape York, to give you an idea, 80 hours it took to ride to Cape York and back. It took 80 hours to edit that video, and I did 5 videos of that. So we got good feedback, but at the end of the day, it is exhausting and a lot of work to constantly, while you're riding, film as well. So I'm going to just go through any adventure bike rides I do from now. I'm going to change the way I film a little bit. I think as a content provider, everyone is looking at everyone else, what they're doing, and almost like copying and following what they're doing. And I think I'm just going to carve my own path. And that path is, I don't have a drone. I don't want to do set shots where you put a camera and walk past it and then you have to go back and get the camera and edit that in. I just want to bring you pure content. So the adventure bike ride I did that I called Epic Adventure, it's the video I'm the proudest of. It was a 2-part video. I think I also compressed it into one video as well. It was the ride up along Sunshine Coast up to Cooloola Beach and then through Conondale Ranges. There was no BS in that video. It was just riding, good scenery, cooking, blah, 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 and just camping. So that's kind of the path I want to follow. I want to do a lot more instructional videos. My video content, I guess in one respect, is my advertising platform to get people to come to my schools. And that seems to be what works quite well. So people see me on YouTube and they want to come and get coached by me as well. So that's what I really enjoy. So that's what I'm really going to try and focus on, is bringing you rider tips. And then I'll do the occasional trip. And on that trip, I'm actually going to do this thing where I actually tell you what I'm doing along the way. I'll minimize just the boring bike shots. There's enough guys out there providing content of chin mount cameras looking down the road. I'll literally just show you the things I'm interested in seeing, the destinations, what I'm doing when I'm there, and little bits of the trip. So if I get stuck, that's the stuff you want to see. You don't really need to see endless kilometers of trail riding and that. So that's me. That's what I've decided I'm going to focus my video content on. So stay tuned for heap more tutorials. There's going to be, rides where I sort of show you what I'm doing and get a little bit more descriptive instead of just doing a ride. The other thing I will say is, there's a lot of content providers and they're all doing an amazing job in their own way, what they do. I just do things a little bit different. I don't really want to copy what anyone else is doing. I'm not into the ASMR thing where it's just all sounds, and which actually looks so fake to me, because you're making these purposeful noises, and I don't know how people sit there and watch it. I've watched one or two of them and just switch off. I just can't watch them. So sorry for the guys that do them. I know you get a good following, but it's just not what I want to produce. The other thing too I don't want to do is look like a wanker on an adventure bike. So I don't want to be this big moto guru. I can go and do that on my motocross bike. I don't really need to go out and show crazy stuff on the adventure bike. However, I think as a coach, I do have to show what these bikes are capable of without taking that too far. So the reason I'm bringing that up is I'm hands-on with coaching riders. I'm out there coaching, and I've coached probably 200 or 300 riders now on adventure bikes. That isn't what they want to learn. They don't want to learn how to do wheel stands in fourth gear, and they don't want to learn how to do stand-up power slides in fourth gear. What they want to learn is, and you guys know this, and you can jump in the comments and let me know as well, they want to learn how to ride the bike more efficiently, how to reduce fatigue, how to ride for longer through the days, how to enjoy their rides, and just be safer on their motorcycle. The number one thing that I coach is confidence. So I don't need to bravado myself, showing how amazing a rider I am, when realistically, people that are coming to me know that my riding ability is good. What they're looking for is a path to become a better rider themselves, and that's what I'm really going to try and bring across in these videos. So on that, I'm going to talk about filming techniques as well. So it's a really difficult thing. I did notice on my last video when I went up Duck Creek Road, I had the video camera mounted to my chin. So when it's mounted to my chin, I'm up above the bike, so you can't see any of the controls. So you wouldn't know whether it's actually on a drone, my head, or a bonnet of a four-wheel drive. So when I do rides like that, I'm going to probably wear a chest mount because I'm standing. And I want you to be able to see the controls and what I'm doing. So when I do, there's a ride I will probably do in the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to talk to you all the way through the ride. So what I'm doing, what gear I'm in, what body position I'm in. And you should be able to get interaction by seeing what I'm doing on the motorcycle instead of just the headshot looking down the trail. So I'm going to play around with that, and I'll work on getting you audio as well. So I've got audio recorder in my pocket now. So if this works well today, this is probably what I'll do, and I'll put it into my camera, into my helmet, and film. I have tried the GoPro Media mod, but I found it was stalling the GoPro, and then I'd have to reset the thing and take the lid off and pull the battery out. It was just a pain in the ass. So yeah, thanks GoPro. I think that was about 240 bucks I wasted on that. So if anyone's got any tips on how I'm using that incorrectly, please let me know. So, okay, I'm gonna move on to, I've got a list down here below. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Super, it's like my teleprompter. Products and sponsorship. So I've gone through a little bit of a change of direction in the last week as well. I'm extremely grateful for anyone that wants to jump on board and help what I do. But what I find is, for me to remain authentic to you, the viewer, and the community I'm building in here, I really can't be a one band, like a one product person. That's just not my makeup. So what I've decided to do is I have no endorsements on any product whatsoever. Okay, so no clothing brand, no tire brand, no bike brand. I buy my bike. I've got the KTM now. Next year I reckon I'll be on a Triumph 900 Rally Pro. So I like the fact that I've got the freedom to do what I want, to wear what clothes I want. Over on my shelf over here, I've got some Troy Lee, some Fast House, some Alpine Star. So I want the freedom to be able to wear what I want to wear. However, if you see me using a product in a video, let's say, just for a good example, Alpine Star Tech 7s, I swear by that boot. I love that boot. I wear it all the time. So the only time I don't wear it is on an adventure bike ride where I wear like a work style boot, and there's probably guys that disagree with that, but that's what I like. That's what I find comfortable when I'm not pushing the limits. I'm just going on a general ride. So that's where I'm at. I know I've done some tire reviews on the Midas tires, and fantastic tire, but I also want the freedom to be able to try and test the Motos tires, the Pirelli tires, and I think for you people watching my video. That's me being authentic and that's me being honest. So how I'm working this out is MX Store. I'm staying on board with MX Store because they stock all these products and it allows me to use whatever brand I want. They have no agenda for me to push any one product. However, the relationship I have with them is I do get a small discount on my product. So I can actually go in and say, you know what, I want to try Pirelli tires. So I can go buy Pirelli tires out of my pocket, put them on the bike and bring you a realistic test and evaluation of what I think of those products. So I want my community of people that follow and support me to jump in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that you would like me to try and test, and I'll give you a 100% impartial review on those products. Because what I am a little bit over, and I'm sure a lot of people realize this, is if you see a rider that's doing a vlog and they're wearing a brand product or using something on their bike, they're usually getting shit for free or they're getting a huge discount on that product. So then obviously you do have to speak wisely of that product. And I agree with that 100%, but I want to be the other guy. I want to be the guy that's not that guy. And I sort of ran my motocross career that way as well. I didn't really like being too tied in. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. You'll see me wearing some different clothing. You'll see me wearing different tires. And if I'm wearing them and you see it over and over and over, I probably won't get on there and have a spiel about endorsing those products. But if you see me use them, it will mean that it must be a good product. And then feel free to jump in the comments and say, hey, what's that jacket like? Or what's those pants like that you're wearing? Okay, so that's what I'm doing with that. Hope that helps. What I would like to go on now a little bit is this is a product review, but this isn't a 100% honest one. Okay, so this is a Suomi MX Tourer, and I've shown this helmet before. Okay, now this helmet weighs about 1.3 kilos. So when I finish this video, right after this, I'm going to put the weights of these helmets. So I've got this helmet here, which is my Suomi MX Adventure. The helmet I wore to, actually I'm going to weigh it for you right now. Okay, so that helmet weighs 1.3 kilograms. 1.3 kilograms for that. This is wifey's helmet, so this is the Bell Moto 9. Okay, Bell MX9 Adventure helmet with the peak taken off. This is her helmet that she uses. This helmet weighs 1.62 kilograms, so 1.62 kilograms for the Bell. This helmet is the Acerbis, I don't know, it's just their adventure bike helmet. It was a pretty cool helmet. This is one I wore to Cape York last year. Has the flip down sun visor inside and everything. So this helmet here weighs, bear with me, 1.7. So that's 400 grams more just on your head. So it's literally 35 to 33% heavier than what the Suomi helmet is. Now the other day, just as an experiment, I've worn the Suomi now for about 9 months. I wore the Acerbis helmet for one day. That weight difference was incredible. So I was almost going to go and buy a new Bell helmet, because there's a Bell helmet that's called a Dalton. And I went, I'm going to buy that helmet because it's got my name on it. Then I looked into the stats on them and I just went, why would I go to a heavier helmet? So the reason the Suomi helmet is so light is the other two helmets are polycarbonate helmets, so they're a plastic helmet. The Suomi is actually a fiberglass carbon fiber cross helmet, so that's why it's so light. So if you ever get the opportunity, go and check these out. I think they're about 500 bucks. So I will put a link in the description below on these helmets. They're fantastic. I think they just come in black, white. There might be a couple of colorways, but they're very, very cool helmet. They're an Italian-made helmet. I always thought Suomi was Japanese, so that's how much research I do. They're made in Italy, so yeah, good bloody helmet. Rightio, there's my little product thing out of the way. What I'm going to do now is just give you a little on-the-fly instruction on probably two of the biggest mistakes I see when I'm coaching adventure bike guys. So I'm going to move the camera back. Once again, this shows how professional this is, and saves me having to do an edit on the video as well. So that should be okay. Rightio, so just wearing shorts today. What we're going to do is just go through a couple of the basic things. I showed on my last video a really good way to stand up, which I'm now teaching people that in my videos. But what I want to show you here is generally when I see people get them sit on their bike, they sit too far back on their bike, and you can actually already see there I look like I'm back on my bike. So get yourself a little bit further forward into the meat of the bike, rightio. When guys go to stand up, I've spoken about this thing that their knees are usually too far forward. So when they're going to a standing position, they're standing in like, excuse the legs, in that position. And I always say, get your knees back. So straight away you can see what happens there. My back's straight, I'm looking ahead, all right? So I'm absolutely connected to the bike through my knees and my lower body, and my arms are free to ride the motorbike. So when I'm teaching people, I hear this quite a bit. I feel like I'm falling off the back of the bike, or I feel like I'm falling onto the front of the bike. The reason for that is they lose grip here. And I've demonstrated this. One guy was Chris, did my school just last week. So Chris, thank you for being the guinea pig on this, because we demonstrated this in front of a group of riders. So what Chris was doing was, he was only new to standing on the bike. So I got him standing, and we had him standing with his knees back. But what was happening is his head was back. So as soon as his head's back, I'm now pulling, it feels like I'm falling off the back of the bike. So what I always say to riders is, if it feels like you're falling off the back, you are. If you feel like you're falling over the front, you are. So what he had to work on was getting his head further forward. So when he was trying to reach for the bars, he was going back. And now I'm gripping so tight because I'm falling off the back of the bike. So if I hold onto the handlebars and let go of my knees, I'm falling off, I'm holding on with my arms. Where you want to be is in a nice central position. You should be able to do squats on the bike. And bum goes back, head goes forward. So again, with Chris the other day, all I got him to do is move his head 40 mil. So he moved his head from here to here, and then he was totally balanced on the bike. Okay, so I hope that kind of makes sense. That's I'll do a more detailed video on this, but the basic stance on the bike, we go through it, we lean forward, we push up, our knees go back, we squat down a little bit, and there we go. We should just be able to stay balanced with our hands out to the side, bum back, head forward, okay? Reach down to the handlebars. So talk about handlebar rises. Have a look at, so I'm 6'3". Okay, if I put bar risers on, this is my talk about this before, the bar risers are going to come back into this position. It cramps me up further. The difference between bar risers is literally making that much movement in your legs. So you don't have to reach further with your arms, you just lower your bum a little bit. Okay, so that's when I talk about bar risers, I don't particularly like them. Look, I think that's about it for this short little video. I just wanted to say I'm back, and yeah, we've got some stuff coming up. I'll do some rides. I will do a ride in the next couple of weeks, and I think I'll start bringing you, once a week, once every couple of weeks, riding tuition videos. So I'd really like to demonstrate some braking drills on gravel roads. That would be a really good video to bring. It's something that I teach in all my schools. So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoy what we roll out to you. If you think I'm going off track with what I want to do with providing content, let me know. But I think it'll be good. We're just trying to be a little bit different to everyone else. I've also been asked just today about Mike Iarossi and where are we at with Mike from Inhardenated, that I did the worst ride ever adventure ride with. Mike's just taken on a new job, and he's just been hell busy with work. We're going to try and do another ride together this year. I know he's been very quiet, but he's got quite a high profile job, I believe. So yeah, he'll be back. So yeah, I'm trying to communicate with him now, see what he's up to and what he's doing. So yeah, thanks everyone. We'll see you. I'll bring another video out next week.